Hello, everyone. Today we will go over some of the content with percents. Now, here's a definition of percent. If P is any non-negative real number, then P percent, return P percent, is a ratio P over 100. All right. So basically, percent, we will have the ratio P over 100 like this, okay? So now here some of the problem. Let's take a look. Write each of the following as a percent. Okay, number one, 0.03. So 0.03. And then we have to change this word. We have to change this as a fraction, which is 3 over 100, right? Then which is equals 3%, right? So this is the how we convert to percent, okay? Now what about 1.2? 1.2 we convert to fraction. Actually is 1 and 2/10. 1 and 2/10 actually is what? 12 over 10, right? But we have to because denominator change it into a percent, denominator has to change it and make it as 100, right? So make it this is 100. So therefore, we have 120 on the top. So therefore, it'd be 120%. Does that make sense? All right. Because 1 actually is equal 100%. All right. And then 1.2 is more than that. Yep. Next problem, 0.0042, right? So this problem, we convert 0.00042, right? And then which is equal which is equal 42, right? 42, write it down 42. And then we have to count how many zero there. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So therefore, put on the 0, 0, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And now we're gonna change this into 100, right? Now change this into 100. That means we have to move the decimal point 1, 2, 3. So 42. Okay. And then divided by 1,000, right? So both divided by 1,000. So therefore, we change this into 1, 2, 3, and 0.0 like this, 0.042, right? So therefore, we have a 0.042%. Okay. This is how we, finding out the answer, okay? First of all, you have to change anything, divided by 100, right? And actually, this symbol, that means divided by 100, which is percent, okay? Next, 1 actually is 100 over 100. So therefore, is 100%, right? Good. Now, what about next one? 3/5. Now, 3/5, all right? Now, 3/5 actually, if we take a 3/5 divided by 3, long division, we can change this into what? We can change this into decimal, right? So decimal. We change this into decimal. So therefore, we have a 6. Oh, we have a 0.6, right? 0.6 actually is a 610. Is that right? So we want to make this is 100 times 10 times 10. So we have 60 over 100. So therefore we have 60%. So that's one way we can do, right? And you just want to change the denominator as a 100 and then make it as a percentage, okay? And next is 2/3. Now 2/3, right? 2/3, if I take this one, right, divided by 2, all right, 6, 18, 6, 18. Oh, it's a 0.6 repeating, right? It is 0.6 repeating. Now 0.6 repeating, if I like to change this into, if I like to change this into, it's 0.6 repeating, right? So actually is a 0.666 and so on, right? But we just wanna make it as 100 over on the top. So therefore, can we say on the top, right? We divide it by 100, so we're moving the decimal point 1 and 2, so 66.6 repeating, is that right? So therefore, all right, now since we are 100, we have a 66.6 repeating %, right? So this is how we convert from a fraction to percent, okay? Next, 5%. Write each of the following percent as a decimal. So this one we want to write as a decimal, right? Now decimal 5%. So we want to write this as decimal. So again, we make it as a fraction, like a over 100 as a transition, right? So therefore, like a 5%, actually 5 over 100. Does that make sense? All right, does this make sense? Then actually this is a 0.05, right? Or we can, because 5 over 100, we can start with a 5, right? And then we can count the decimal point. Decimal point right here, is that right? 5 is there. So divided by 10, right here. Divided by 100, they're right here. So therefore, where is the decimal point? Decimal point is moving right here. Moving right here. Divided by 10, decimal point right there. Divided by 100, decimal point right here. So therefore, it's a 0.05. Next one, 6.3%. 6.3%. So 6.3%, 6.3. Change this into 100. Is that right? Okay. So therefore, because we wanna have a decimal, right? So we're not finished up yet. So we can count the decimal point, right? We write 6.3 to get started with like this. So divided by 100, that means divided by 10 right here, decimal point right here. Divided by 100, decimal point right there. Oh, we changed the decimal point right here. So the answer is a 0.063, right? Does that make sense to you? All right, good. The next 100%, 100% actually is 100 over 100 is equal 1, right? Now, what about 250%? 250 over 100, right? So therefore, is 2.5, right? Next, 1/3%. Now, 1/3, we can convert 1/3 to decimal, right? So we take a 1 divided by 3. Oh, we still got a 9, 0, and 3, 9, and 1. So 1/3 actually is what? 0.3 repeating, right? 0.3 repeating. So now 0.3 repeating. Here is a 0.3 repeating. So 0.3 repeating. So 0.3 repeating percent. Now actually it's a 0.333 repeating percent. Is that right? And then which is equal 0.333. If you look at this on the top is this for the denominator, and then for the numerator is this, and then denominator is equal 100, right? So we're gonna move the decimal point divided by 100. So let's say I'll do it right down here, okay? 0.3333 repeating. Now we wanna divide it by 100, right? Divided by 100. So we wanna divide by 100. Divided by 10 right there. Divided by 100 is right there. So we move the decimal point right there, right? So the answer would be 0.003, and because 333, that means 3 repeating. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, next, 33 1/3%. 33 1/3%. So 33 so we're gonna change here into 100, put on the bottom, and then this is 33.3. This 1/3, actually 1/3 is a 3 repeating, right? So we have 33.333 repeating divided by 100, all right? And then again, we're gonna count the decimal point divided by 100, divided by 10, right here. Divided by 100, right here. So moving the decimal point right here. So therefore, we have the answer 0.333 repeating. So we will just write it down, 0.3 repeating. Okay, so that'll be the answer. All right. Next, 15% of 900. Okay, 15% of 900. So finding out what's the 15% of 900. %15 of 900. So I'm gonna show you several different ways, okay? This is a method 1, right? 15% of 900. So 15% of 900, and we get times 900 like this. So this is a 15 out of 100 times the 900, right? And actually, this is, oh, now here, look. 0 and 0 we can cancel, right? Because of top and bottom, we have same factor 100. So 9, we take a 15 times 9. So therefore, the answer is 135, right? Next problem. How many percent of 80 equal 20? how many percent of 80 equal 20? So how many percent of 80 equal 20, right? Of course, you can use that, method one. Method one, you just take a, 100% times 80, and then is equal 20, and you make this as x. You can figure out what the x is, okay? That's the method one, right? So now I'm gonna show you method two. Different method, okay? So here, I will label, this is because this is a percent, so this is part. And then 80 is a whole, all right? And then this is a part, all right? So I would say par over par is equal whole over whole. All right. So par, how many percent? I don't know. All right. Then par, do we have a par information here? It's 20. One is a unknown. Now what about whole? Whole always how many percent? A whole always 100%, right? A whole is 100%. And do we have information for whole? Underneath is 80, okay? Then we can set out this equation and we can cross multiply. And that's that this is x, right? All right. So we have, we set it up 80x, which is equal 20 times 100, right? So we solve for equation, right? Both divided by 80, both divided by 80, and we can get x is equal 25. Okay. Next problem, 80% of how many is equal 160? 80% of how many is equal 160? All right. So now here I'm going to show you method three, right? So your 80% of 20 is if 80% of how many? So this time we're looking for whole or part. We're looking for a whole, right? We're looking for a whole, right? Method two, you just label which is part, which one is whole, right? And par over par is equal whole over whole, and you set up equation. Now method three, you can show the segment like this. All right, show the segment like this. So whatever percent we'll put in here, whatever number we'll put in this here, right? So 80%, and now here is 100%. 80% is right here, right? Now of a whole, of this actually is right here. X is right here, right? The whole, right? Now it's equal 160. 160 actually is right there, right? So therefore, we set up equation 80 over 160 is equal 100 and over x. Now again, we cross and multiply, we can figure it out. 80x is equal 160 times 100, right? Then both divided by 80, both divided by 80, and x is equal 200. So that is how we find the answer. It's method three. You can use a segment, okay? You use a segment, the first segment is represent the percentage. the second segment show you if we represent the number, okay? And then you can use this method to figure out what the x is, okay? Now here is a word problem. Let's go over with the word problem. All right. A house that sells 92,000 requires 20% down payment, okay? So now, and what is the amount of the down payment, right? So, 20% down payment of 92,000, right? So actually, take a 20% times 92,000 like this, right? So you can do 20 over 100 times 92,000, right? And you should be able to get the answer. It'd be 18,400. 18,400. 18,400. All right. So for this answer, right? Next problem. All right. If John has a 45 correct answer on an 80 question test, what percent of his answer are correct? All right. So here, can we use the method 2? Okay, method 2. Method 2 is what? Part over part is equal whole over whole, right? So we have, now we have to set it up the mathematical sentence, okay? Because we're looking for how many percent of 80, which is equal 45, right? So this is a mathematical sentence. Now, once we have a mathematical sentence, can we label this as a par? And this is also par, right? And this is a whole, right? Right. So therefore, we can use the par over par is equal whole over whole. Now par, how many percent? We don't know. So that would be X, right? Then par, do we know the number? Yes, which is 45. We don't know how many percent, but we know their number is, okay? Now, but whole actually is always 100%, right? 100 over 80, is that right? So we cross multiply. 80x is equal 4,500. Now divided by 80, so therefore x, you should be able to get a 56%, right, for this problem. All right, 56%, right? Next problem, 42% of parents of the school or children in the Carbondale School District are employees at the Southern Illinois University. If the number of parents employed by the university is 168, and how many parents are in the school district? All right. So in this problem, we have to write a mathematical sentence. 42% of what? Of an unknown number, right? Because we're looking for the whole, right? And then we're looking for how many parents in the school district, right? So which is equal 168, right? 168. So we're gonna solve for this problem. 42% of what is equal 168, okay? So here we can solve the problem, okay? So we have mathematical sentence. We have a mathematical sentence, 42% of what is equal 168, right? Again, here is a method 3. Method 3, you know, is a Seckermann method, right? Seckermann method. So 100% right here. 42%, I would say right here. 42% right here. Now 168 is a part or whole. This is a part or whole. This is a part, right? So part will be right here, 168. And then the unknown number of this is the whole, right? So put on here. Can we say this is x? This is x, right? Now here we can set out the equation. We can set out the proportion reasoning. 42 over 168 is equal 100 over x, right? Then you cross multiply. 42x is equal 168 times 100, right? So you got the 16,800. Now next, you both divide by 42, both divided by 42. What's the x? Now x should be able to get the 400, right? 400. All right. Thanks for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.